Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, here on what is probably our third to last planet. We have a couple of missions left to clean up here, and they're sort of in the sweet spot, I think, for the Blood Wheel making things more interesting without making them so hard that we have pilots dying all over the place. So let's do this robbery. I like a good three-skull mission. A team of Capellan agents has obtained the schedule and manifest of a Davian convoy. This convoy's cargo is extremely valuable technological components. We want you to steal them by blowing up a convoy. Yep. We want you to blow things up, is what they actually mean, and I am into it. So, still gotta take 3 points of priority salvage. If that griffin shows up, you know, we gotta be ready for it. What are we doing? Oh, I didn't spin the wheel. I was like, there's definitely a phase of this that I missed. So I should have made a decision already by this point, shouldn't I? Yes, this decision. And by decision, of course, I mean I'm making the decision to listen to and adhere to the wisdom of the mighty Glorious Blood Wheel. Glorious Blood Wheel, turn, 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 or maybe just lock in place for several seconds. Wow, it's really going, huh? Okay, let's just do a little bit of sensor locking, shall we? Once again, this is not really a huge restriction in an urban environment. This is probably just fine for us. So we probably want to pull the... What's the structural damage to the Vulcan look like? Where did it actually get hit? It took 10 damage to one of its parts. Actually, maybe we don't want to change anything. Maybe this is actually a really good lance for this purpose. I guess we could maybe pull... Yeah, let's pull the Vulcan for the Phoenix Hawk. That doesn't really change anything. Okay, so we definitely need at least one more sensor lock pilot in here. It could be Steam Fitter. It will be Steam Fitter. It just will be. He could be... Oh no, you know what? We already have 2 sensor locks down. I don't know what I'm thinking. I saw Tire Fire's symbol and I was just like, well, that's not going to be good enough. And Sourdough apparently had slid completely out of my mind. Well, do we want to change anything? We could probably leave Sculpin on the boombox. That seems fine. We might want... We totally have 3 sensors. Boy, my brain, can you tell? I've been working for a while at this point. Okay, we have 3 sensor locks in place. We're totally ready for this. Heat, coolant vent on this mech, and then sensor lock on the others so that they have a thing to do while letting their mechs cool naturally, I think is fine. I think we're fine to just get in here. We have 3 missions left to do on this planet, and we are definitely leaving this planet. We're going to be somewhere new by the beginning of the next episode, so it behooves us to move quickly here a little bit. Now, I did totally forget, in case you were wondering, that thing I said about making sure to bring the Marauder to all of these missions whenever it's reasonable to do so from now on, so that we could attempt to knock the head off a Griffin 1S should we encounter one. 1S? 1N? Oh, now I'm realizing I don't remember. You know what? We'll just shoot the head off of any Griffin we see. That'll solve that problem. Definitely feels like the sort of thing I ought to remember. Though, I should make a note. I didn't go back and adjust the scoring list to remove the Griffin that we lost. So, unfortunately, we're just going to have to rely on SB's memory, which, as we all know, is like a steel trap that has been left open and unbaited, and things just kind of wander through it all of the time. We'll check after this mission. Provided, of course, that I remember to go check. Looks like the intel was accurate. Tracking vehicles. Go shoot the vehicles. Got it. Darius, that was 4 text boxes for a thing that should have been 4 words long. Blow up those vehicles. Alright, let's get in here and get ready to lock some sensors. I do love to have a good, fast team. There's nothing wrong with the Annihilator. The King Crab is a joy to use, but boy, it sure is nice to be able to get a place in a third of the normal number of turns. Also, jump jets. Jump jets are very helpful. So wait, is this... This is the escape. We're supposed to be rendezvousing with the convoy all the way over there? Why would they drop us so far away from the route? So if they're coming through here, I guess they plan to come down this street because there's no direct connection. Boy, their route sucks.
Move order received.
Like, are they really going to take this huge, like, S-shaped path to get to where they're going? It seems pretty unsafe to me.
Primary target on screen, Commander.
Well, the good news is we don't have to worry about them getting away. It looks like they're going to have to go through us to get where they're going. Let's just reserve down. We'll wait for them to come to us. There have been enough turns. They're already at full evasion in brace mode and stuff. There's no offensive advantage to pressing forward. Alright, let's work some of that sensor locking, shall we?
Engaging jump jet. Hostile on sensors.
Alright, so an 80-ton vehicle, a 60-ton vehicle. Let's have a look at what that 80 is. Okay, a thing that should be taken seriously.
I'm here.
We're not going to be able to hit it at all this turn, right? Yeah, I was thinking there might be a chance that we could get somebody over to here far enough to be able to take a really long-range shot at it, but nope, we can only do that by sprinting. Just get over to here where you will be nice and safe. I think we saw a Jaeger mech there for a second.
They've got a lock on me.
Oh, hey, they also have sensor lock. That's actually really bad. Phoenix Hawk is in some trouble.
What can I do for you?
You can run as fast as humanly possible. Get over here, because we are going to have to blow some stuff up. Okay, the good news is that seems to be a Stinger or something, and not an LRM carrier, which is what I was really worried about. Well, the pilot of the Orion does not have a sensor lock, so we can't wait until then to get our sensor lock off. One of these initial 3 pilots is going to have to do it. I might have it be you, just because I'm afraid to expose the Phoenix Hawk at this moment. It's a pretty dangerous group of enemies. I might jump over to here. And we'll you know, pop out when the time is right, but I want to be, like, very safe. If I jump this far away, yeah, everything's still well in sensor range. Alright, we're going to continue to sensor lock the SPPC carrier. That thing has by far the highest damage output to structural stability ratio.
Waiting on you, Commander.
A nice efficient murder
Waiting on you, Commander.
available to us on that one. Boy, what do I want to do? How do we want to get people safe?
I hear ya.
I guess we could have the Wolverine run forward with its 920 armor and just vigilance it. How much armor does an SPPC carrier have? Okay, like 123. We do have the resolve necessary to do both a precision strike and a vigilance, but we probably wouldn't want a precision strike with this thing. We'd want this guy to run up and be tough, and then precision strike with, like, the Warhammer. What if I jump? I can generate... Nope. Cannot generate more than 3 evasion, so I may as well generate 3 evasion.
Don't need to tell me twice.
So it's a Thunderbolt and a... Oh, it's a Rifleman. That's a little bit worse, I think. Oh, and that's an Inferno carrier. Well, let's hit the Vigilance. And then... we probably have to focus on this Inferno carrier, huh? As much as I'm terrified of that thing. We can let this thing go down to the natural power of the Warhammer and use our precision strike to try to focus the weaponry here. So we're most likely to be able to drill the front armor. Is there a big difference? No, on this thing there's literally no difference. So yeah, let's go ahead and aim for the most likely area to take damage. Okay. Very, very good. Important to remove priority targets quickly, is what we learned from the last one of these. So from here you will be able to get... That's probably enough. It does only generate 2 points of evasion, though. I'm a little torn between trying to use the Wolverine as cover and trying to make sure that it's not too easy for our enemies to get stray shots. I think a jump to right here probably works. If I walk to right there, I lose 1 evasion. How about a jump to right here? Okay, that jump's not too far. Shouldn't generate too much heat.
Time to die.
Alright, it's enough raw damage. You don't have to aim it. Put enough ammunition in the air, the job will get done. Okay, that tells us a lot about their plan.
Standing by.
And the boombox gets to run in here and just show this guy who is the boss.
Copy that, Commander.
And actually, this will be pretty effective. So do we want to try to burst through here? If we did that, we'd burn off his laser. His legs, oh man, these things are just so heavily armored. But it doesn't make any sense to go for the head with the SRMs. I think we're just going to have to go through the side here.
This should be good.
Okay, well, we've opened up the torso on that side.
Critical hit.
Also, that was a ton of structural damage. I wasn't even thinking about that, but we could probably knock him over.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Okay. Interesting move. Not using the rifleman to actually shoot. That works out really, really well for us, actually. Alright, so what does your health look like now? It's still a huge amount, but 130 armor in, we get the chance of an ammo explosion. So I'm thinking this might be a good turn for the Phoenix to actually get in here and play. I'm going to go for it.
Lifting off.
We're going to spend our precision strike here. I think there's a chance we will get this. Alright, good clustering. No explosion, but we did all of the damage in the right place.
What can I do for you?
So that means we can... And we don't have to worry about these other vehicles very much, it seems like. I think I'm going to reserve down. Because I want the Orion to go next.
Good to go.
Or the Warhammer, rather. Pretty sure this will be a kill. Let's jump up here with him.
Ready, set,
Oh, no, I have the wrong mech. Well, whatever. I guess we're doing this now.
got it.
Okay, sufficient.
And stay down.
What can I do for you?
So at this point, we're denying the enemy vision of us completely. I'm gonna just have you run over here, throw up our mandatory sensor lock for the turn.
Sensors locked on.
And I mean, this gives the Warhammer time to reset its heat. This is fine. Ow. Nothing's worse than taking accidental damage.
Yes, Commander.
Enemy didn't even have the strategic wherewithal to do that thing on purpose. He just got lucky. It feels terrible.
Moving out.
Should we lay off the UAC-10? Let it recycle. Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna go hard here. Yeah, my fear was that it wouldn't do very much damage, and if it's not going to do very much damage, we could at least let it reset the recoil modifier while doing not a lot of damage, but... ah well.
Is that it? Let's get this done, folks.
Boy, this convoy escort feels very different in power level from the last one. Once again, I think we're just going to have you bail out of there. Let's sensor lock one of these vehicles.
I've got a sensor lock.
Okay, the thing that's been sensor locking us is a second Inferno carrier.
Commander.
Well, that's something we're going to have to fix. So this rifleman only has 162 center torso health left. I'm pretty sure we just give him one of these.
Uh-huh. All weapons are go.
That is a dramatic amount of overkill. We probably did 2, maybe even 3 times as much damage to his center torso there as we needed to. I should be able to get vision on that thing, I would think. Yeah, there we go. We have a nice, easy shot. And remember, his weapons only have the attack range of SRMs, so we can play the range game with him.
Special delivery. Hell
Wow,
yes.
that was lucky. Both of those just hit the right area.
Not a vehicle. Commander?
And you can actually run up to cover. So I think this is a Stinger. One of those, is that what it's called? The SRM-6 LRM-10 tanks? I think that's, and it looks like it's stuck, too.
Good to go.
Surprise, surprise, you're going to be performing the turn's mandatory sensor lock. Actually, you know what? I'm going to jump over to here. I feel a little bit safer.
Sensors locked on.
A Manticore. Okay, Manticore is definitely a more serious vehicle than I was talking about. A lot more armor. Yeah, let's just run up on it. I'm not afraid of this thing. And I guess we may as well have everybody precision strike it. Let's just, like, really focus the shots.
Take this!
I hear you.
Probably we will only need one more.
Time to fly.
And to be perfectly honest with you, the Warhammer might have been able to do this by
Tell me what
itself.
to do.
Get your lance to the LZ commander. I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, so the other convoy mission that we lost the Griffin on was an ambush convoy mission of the same difficulty rating, right? You really see you really see the variance very clearly there. Alright, the bad news is no loot of any value at all. Did we get any... we got a plus medium laser. I was kind of hoping for some Infernos, maybe with some pluses on them, but no such luck. Do I think there's any chance we're going to finish a Thunderbolt by the end of the game? I don't know, maybe. They're fairly common. Okay, yep, mostly just a bunch of medium lasers. If you were to break down everything that you receive as loot over the course of a full-length campaign of BattleTech, it's mostly medium lasers. But I wonder what the percentage actually is. If you told me that your whole campaign loot breakdown was like 50% medium lasers, I would totally believe that. Alright, wait, before we go into a mission, we're going to look in the thing and make sure, because I'm dumb, which Griffin is it? Is it the 1N or the 1S? Because we have a whole bunch of the other one. Down here in this area, it's the 1S. We have several 1Ns. I'm going to tab out and just make a note, because I will forget. Again, I absolutely will. I've already kind of it's the 1S, right? Right? Let's just type some... Okay. It's a shame that you can't make the text any bigger easily in Notepad. Griffin 1S. Yes, okay, I did it right. It really takes no time at all. Okay. Let's do this 2.5. Defend a base. We have a centralized supply depot here in Egress, located to support multiple fronts of hostile action. Actually, let's do the other one, because if we did manage to put the Griffin together, the taking this one as entirely cash would be a little bit more valuable, because there's more bonus objectives available on those. Not that I think it's super likely with the 2 skull that we will... Oh, this is against the Free Worlds League. Well, then we should probably do that thing. Right, it's 10,000 C-bills is a point. So we're losing like 20 points there to change our rep by 1, which is 100 points, I think? Yeah, okay. Sacrifice 20 points to gain 100 points. Seems like a pretty obvious play. Ooh, is the other mission also Free Worlds League? It is. Okay, interesting. Yeah, let's do this the way we just had it set up, and then let's also spin that great big beautiful wheel. Dear Blood Wheel, please give us a restriction that will be fun and challenging and not make me cry. Okay, no half measures. All of the weapons. A mech can only fire if it fires all of its weapons. That's a pretty fun one, actually. It does mean we're going to want to change up our lands a little bit, though. So, we definitely want to bring the Marauder. 75-ton mechs in a 2-skull. That's going to be interesting. I do want to bring the Marauder. It's going to have to stay in medium laser range, but the 840 armor shouldn't be a problem against a 2-skull lance. And we're probably going to have to take it pretty easy. The Phoenix Hawk's not too hard to use this way. I'm kind of curious, like, if I just put in 45s, we're still too heavy, actually. If I put in the Vulcan, nope, we just can't run the hoplite. Well, that's a shame. So we have no way of guaranteeing, if we saw the Griffin, that we would, like, definitely get it. What can I afford to run? Let's say this Hunchback. And then, like, the Wolverine has to stay in SRM range, but honestly, it might be a good fit. Yeah, this isn't terrible. Am I allowed to upgrade, let's say, the 55 to a 65? No. So we don't actually have a lot of options given the weight class distribution of our mechs. 2 skulls is a little bit low. Okay, I don't... This thing has a small laser in it, or has machine guns, so it can only fire when it's really, really close, and I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I could replace it with the Penance mech, which has a small laser. It's not actually any better. And the Blackjack, of course, has a small laser as well. So I guess this is just how we gotta do it. Hatchet Man's gonna have a pilot who has sensor lock. I think that's pretty important. And then, what else exactly are we looking for here? We definitely want some sure-footing. I mean, up against smaller mechs, it might be nice to have some support weapons, though. And the Thumper, like the Mortar, might be good. Let's grab a coolant vent pilot for the Leaper. Sculpin might be appropriate for that, actually. And then we need somebody with sensor lock, but it doesn't really matter who on the Hatchet Man, probably. Actually, sensor lock plus sure footing. Yeah, you. Steamfitter is actually totally appropriate here. You could hear how unhappy I was about that, though. Oh yeah, I guess it'll have to be you. And then the Wolverine is going to be maybe uncrackable. Breaching shot on those big, large lasers to try to get headshots in case we do run into the Griffin, plus just be tough as hell. And finally, for the Thumper, it might not matter too much. Yeah, it's not super important, actually, I don't think. And that being the case, I guess we have Sculpin in the mission already. I was going to say, this is a good opportunity to bring Sculpin. Yeah, it kind of doesn't matter what the Thumper's doing. So sensor lock on it might be a good idea. I think we can just leave Sourdough. This is totally fine. Alright, no half measures. We only measure things fully, and the only thing we measure is violence. The only... Boy, let me try that again. No half measure... Nope, never mind. We're just going to move on. We're just going to move on. I wasn't going to improvise anything better, and we all know it. You don't come here because of my incredible improvisational skills. You come here to marvel at the guy with the hole in his brain. I'm not saying that this is definitely just like a Barnum and Bailey sideshow, but... So, Americ Leader has fallen behind on payments for their armored vehicles, and our leasing agent has been unable to repossess the heavily armored vehicles. So we are not interested in repossessing the things, even though clearly they are of great value. Let's just destroy them all and move on with our lives. Okay. So vehicles and mechs, 2 skulls. My guess is we're not going to see a Griffin here. It's not impossible, but my bet is we're going to see, like, really small enemies, mostly. Target vehicles have been detected in this area. Move up, make contact, and engage.
I don't like the looks of this place.
Kill them all, is what he says, and it's not a huge surprise to anybody who's played even a couple of missions, because that's what all of the missions are. I mean, we are going to need to get up via this little slope over here, at least anybody who doesn't have good enough jump jets.
Moving out.
We're a pretty jump jet heavy team, though.
I got you.
Got a reading on one of the vehicles. We might see some legitimately scary vehicles because the game does not... The difficulty ratings do not estimate the danger that vehicles pose very well. Let's just bring it all the way to the bottom, let as many of them waste their turns as possible. That one vehicle we can see there moves on 1, which is definitely a little concerning. Oh, and it looks like it's not the only one that does. Well, let's have the Phoenix Hawk jump up behind something. Yeah, we'll just stay safe for right now. Try to bait them into moving forward on us. Okay, it turns out they must have at least 4 things that move on 1 in order for neither of those to have had a turn yet. That's, pretty absurd. Well, let's be honest. There's no way we're going to need the Thumper this turn. So you can just sprint forward.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Yeah, the Hatchet Man may as well just sprint up. This is kind of an awkward position to have to approach from. Okay, was that a 20? Or that might have been more than 20.
Light
That might have been a pair of 15s or something.
Confirmed.
I don't think it was two 20s, but it was definitely more than one.
I got you.
Alright, well apparently we just don't get to do anything at all this turn.
Waiting for orders.
Well, I think we got to get the Thumper up into shooting position as much as I would like to apply a sensor lock. You just got to keep running.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
So where's this thing's face? Can we get into... No, probably we do not get to shoot it in the rear arc. Well, that's fine. Let's do this. Let's see what we're up against. It is an LRM carrier. Okay, it in fact has 60... It couldn't have fired all of those, right? Maybe it did fire 220s at us. But let's just try to... We should be able to burn this thing down. Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Missile carriers are too full of missiles to be very stable.
Awaiting orders.
Do I want to... I'm going to jump up, like, over here. I don't want to be vulnerable to fire from the ground, but obviously we want to get a forward position so that we can potentially actually fire his weapons next turn. Show me what that 80-tonner is.
Sensors locked on.
Okay, long-range PPC carrier.
Ready to rock.
Definitely a thing we have to care about.
Roger that, Commander.
We may as well just get everybody up here. We could have tried to wait out some of their slow vehicles. Okay, that's not great. We don't really want triple PPC shots into the hatchet, man. Okay, not ideal. Oh, and another LRM carrier. Yep, this is a two-skull mission. Two things that fire 60 LRMs each turn, and a truck with 3 PPCs mounted on it. Definitely... What is going on with the camera here? The camera deciding to just zoom off into the distance would be way less of a problem if the camera's movement speed wasn't based on the distance it is from the ground. The fact that when that happens, it takes several seconds of holding a direction for the camera to become useful again in any way is a real bummer.
Confirmed.
Alright, so we need to... That's a Manticore, that's of less concern. Yeah, we gotta kill this thing. Am I making it hard for everybody else to participate? Yep, here's exactly what I'm talking about. Come on. There we go. Okay. Am I making it hard for other people to participate by focusing on the LRM carrier first? Probably. The Hatchet Man... Yeah, the Hatchet Man could actually get some stuff done. What about this guy? It's 120 health in one location. I think we could probably kill him.
Confirmed.
Wow, that's some... That was a big miss.
Vehicle down.
She got the job done, but... What did that... Was that a 35? Moving on 3? Yeah, this secondary... no, it's a 55. Okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say, was that a 35-ton mech that doesn't move on 4? You're not going to be able to shoot your guns, but I think it's probably fine for him to just take a shot with the thumper, right? With the mortar? Hold on. Don't take your turn yet. Hatchet Man has to get approximately to here to be allowed to fire at all. But I think this is a reasonable move here. Just get way up and unload on this LRM carrier.
Target acquired is locked in.
No half measures. Ask not for whom the measurer measures. It measures for thee. And here, I can hear the humming of the Bloodwheel's displeasure. But these are my little acts of rebellion. I'm not saying that I don't love the Bloodwheel. Obviously, that would be crazy. And not just because of the consequences. But, you know, you gotta be your own man a little bit, too. Are we looking at anything approaching a kill here? Oh, well, it's not impossible. We'd really have to get everything hit. We'd have to hit above expected value on this. Like, pretty high above. Well, the lasers did what they needed to do. Okay, I think we got 5 of the 6 missiles. And everything went to the same location, too. That's a pretty big deal. Alright, well then you're just moving this way.
On the move, full speed.
So far, this has gone really smoothly. It's hard to be upset about this. So we have a 30, a 30, a 55, and a 55. It's interesting. We're definitely going to make them spend their whole turn here. It's also interesting that with the advent of enemy mechs knowing how to reserve in order to take advantage of stealth, it's interesting that they don't seem to ever do it when there's no stealth involved. Is this a safe thing to do? I might just have her run forward and sensor lock the 55. Let's see what this is.
Sensors locked on.
Okay, the old Shadowhawk 2D. So that's not a super dangerous mech. Very poorly armored for its size. Like, very, very poorly. If we were to go in from the side, we could rip off the whole right side of the thing with very little damage. It doesn't actually remove that much weaponry, though. Yeah, he still has SRM ammo on the other side. His left side is really the one you want to go at. We might be able to just kill him, though.
Standing by.
Yup.
Is the Wolverine going to be able to fire? The Wolverine can fire. Although we have to stand in the open. If I'm over here, I'm assuming, yeah, I can't hit him with the SRM, so I can't go at all. I mean, I could commit... This thing is so heavily armored, especially relative to the enemies we're facing. I think maybe this is the play. We just run right up here, be brazen, and try to work on that 55. That's a Griffin 1S. That's the right one. I had to tab out to make sure because I'm extremely forgetful. But yeah, that's our man right there. Well then, you know what you must do. In case you couldn't hear him over the sound of his failure, the thing he said there was accuracy through volume of fire. Okay, well, that is definitely compelling. So the Hatchet Man could put the UAC 5s plus the medium lasers in. The other things we're looking at here are a Javelin, which has actually a surprising volume of fire for its size. And is relatively tough. I'm actually way more scared of this Javelin than I am of that Shadowhawk. And it's really... Oh man, it's going to be tough to kill with these smaller mechs. So we have only 100 center torso health. It's possible for the Hatchet Man to go down really quickly to a bad pull. What's the Griffin 1S's armament by default? Yeah, anything that has a weapon that's capable of dealing 50 damage is definitely a threat to the Hatchet Man.
Yes, Commander.
And I do not feel very safe just leaving myself in the open. I guess I have 6 evasion, and I do get to go pretty early in the turn. You know what? I'm going to do this. Because we know Sculpin can get out of there. Oh, right, I have to coolant vent, obviously. Alright. She's a very bad shot. Oh, I think she did hit him. Yeah, she totally did. Okay. So he has 27 head health. He is very killable.
You have orders?
I can't believe she got that. That's remarkable, actually. Your Steam Fitter, you know what? You're just going to back off. And in fact, there's no reason to jump like that. If you're just going to back off. You're going to sensor lock this dude. Let's make him as easy to hit as possible.
Good to go.
So he has a 20% damage reduction, which means that a weapon that does 35 damage hits him instead for 28, which is still lethal.
Commander.
We have possibilities here. Oh no, your medium lasers aren't all the way upgraded. Oh, that'll never do. That's no good. Okay, this guy's standing in the spore clouds. It's worth remembering, spore clouds make it harder to hit people, but the enemies that are in the spore clouds take bonus damage. So we might let the Thumper... I'm going to reserve the Thumper down, and if that guy also runs to the spore cloud for cover, yeah, we might be thumping in the real near future. Wolverine doing exactly the thing the Wolverine is supposed to do. And speaking of the thing the Wolverine is supposed to do, could you maybe just help me out here a little bit? Oh. We hit the head with one of the missiles. You know, we still get to take home 3 pieces of the mech if the mech goes down because the pilot died in the chair. And it's starting to look more likely. He's just taken 2 points of damage from that. We don't know exactly how much health he has. He's a gunner, which is one of the early classes. So, like, this is not a guy who has full health. But he probably has enough... He probably has enough XP to have, like, 4 health at least. If we were to knock him down and break the side armor, something like this is totally... He's killable. He is absolutely killable. And now that he's at 17, a 25 damage hit through his 20% damage reduction is sufficient.
Location confirmed.
Which is to say, we're going for it.
Knowledge.
Yes! Alright. We have probably fixed the thing I did to us. I feel very bad for that pilot, though. He's having a rough day.
What's the plan?
It is a shame that we lost our ability to thump these guys, but we could just jump way in. If I jump all the way into here, I do have sensor... Oh, wow. He's still hard to hit. I do have support weapon range, but just a tough guy to shoot. Part of me wants to get really aggressive. Now that the enemies that are left are so much weaker, I want to get really aggressive with my positioning. Just come down here and be in the water. Can't jump into the water right now, but I can jump down to here and then, you know, we can work on it for next time. And this gives us a ton of evasion, and she has bulwark. Yeah, this is fine. We're not going to get to fire everything, which means I can't fire. I remember the rules.
Yes, Commander.
Who dares? Who dares challenge my devotion to the goofy, arbitrary, made-up rules? Who would do such a thing? I'm going to go for this.
Going skyward.
Yeah, you don't really have to get a lot of damage through to do meaningful damage to a javelin, and I want that javelin dead. I have very strong feelings about it. It is worth remembering, the Hatchet Man is not one of the mechs in the completion list, because it's from the first expansion, so I thought about that before jumping in like this, making sure I wasn't just recreating the Griffin situation. I mean, I think I want to drop a mortar on these nerds. I'm pretty sure this is right.
Fire downrange.
Can't fire your guns if you don't fire all your guns, but I'm not firing my guns. I'm shooting a mortar at them. Yep, it just broke the half off of one of them. Okay, cool. We're probably good now.
Damage is light. I'm receiving you.
Especially since the old leaper here can now jump into the back arc on this guy. I guess we want to jump less, but we want to have good firing range on our AC2. Alright, can I shoot? Nope. Okay, that's fine. I brace. She still gets to benefit from bulwark. Oh, also he gets to punch me. Wasn't really thinking about that.
I'm losing weapon systems.
How might I help?
Well, that sucks. I didn't say you could punch me. How's he doing? He looks bad. I mean, this is gonna be a kill for free, right? And the javelin, I guess the javelin's not actually more dangerous than the other mech anymore. They both are now just two medium lasers. Easy enough, though. Yeah. Yes, that's a kill, and we're all very impressed with how badass you are. In this case, we can I get weapons range on him? Nope, even if I jump, I can't. So we may as well just walk.
Affirmative, Commander.
We'll precision strike this dude, and let's just
Off.
let's just be rid of you. Okay, apparently a single large laser was enough. Didn't realize exactly how much I had softened him up.
Good to go.
Here's the bad news. We are not allowed to shoot that guy. Yeah, a precision strike against that dude is the only way we're saving the Phoenix Hawk, probably. Well, I mean, no, I have a lot of armor on, actually. Yeah, he's not going to kill me. What's his weapon loadout? He still has all of his weapons. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do.
Moving to position.
I'm gonna intentionally disobey the blood wheel. We're just gonna penance mech ourselves.
Firing on target.
Push his initiative down so that,
Standing by.
I feel a little bad about it. But pilots, you know, the pilots are an important resource. Like I said, you don't control me, wheel. I'm my own man. There's gonna be consequences to this. I have this horrible feeling. Okay, you are close enough. You might not be able to fire everything without overheating, though. Yeah, you probably just brace.
Awaiting orders.
We're not actually going to get to hurt him at all. And in fact, I think the Hatchet Man probably just disengages here.
Engaging jump jet.
We'll sensor lock him.
I've got a sensor lock.
We've almost got his strong arm off. Okay, yeah. I'm nervous. I'm feeling real life butterflies in my stomach. Here's the thing. The knowledge that something is fake does not always protect you from fear. I think I've probably told this story on the channel before, but I find the Slender Man absolutely terrifying. Not like in the moment. I don't look at him and I'm like, oh god, get it off the monitor. I can't handle it. All the primal terror. But like conceptually, I think he's quite scary, and if I read some Slender Man stuff, there's a pretty good chance that later that night, when I'm alone and it's dark, and I'm sitting in such a way that I can just barely perceive movement outside the window in the corner of my eye, I start to get the feelings, right? But for those of you that don't know what the origin of the Slender Man thing is, Slender Man was created in a Something Awful thread about coming up with cool, creepy stories. So, like,
Mission successful.
I was there. I was reading the thread on the day when it got... Like, I know it's fake, and I was around when it was made up. In every way that is possible to intellectually know that that thing is not real, I do. And yet it still terrifies me. So basically, the point of this story is, your brain is dumb. Dear humans, your brain is dumb. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Griffin 1S. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better about our score. That is such a load off that's not even really related to the score issue, but like just me not having ruined everything. I feel so much better about. Ah, and that means we can relax on taking priority salvage. We can start taking money again. I could probably do some math and figure out like roughly what the appropriate balance of priority salvage to cash is on various missions.
Back online.
It is broadly, I think, here, we'll just replace this guy. Yeah. I don't remember what I was about to say. Oh, look at all the numbers. Look at all the numbers again. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine, and it always was fine. Oh, in any case where we can change our reps, especially our Free Worlds League rep, it's probably going to turn out to be more points to just optimize in that direction. Like right here, how much reputation can we lose? We could lose up to 10 points. What's our Free Worlds League rep right now? Oh, we can actually get down to... I'm surprised by that. I didn't realize we were so far down. Is that really the case? Huh. Oh, right, it's the Magistracy that was the one where we weren't close. Okay, sure. Alright, well that makes this really straightforward. We just take -9 and be happy with that. So... we don't really need any priority salvage. Yeah, this is fine. This is an okay way to take this. I feel really good about that. Now, obviously, we got a penance mech, and after this, we're going to have to rebuild our Griffin, and so, in addition to the penance mech, let's see what else the wheel has in store for us. Let's see if we can interpret the degree of anger that it holds based on how this spin comes up. The wheel just wants us to spread the love. The wheel's not here to punish us. That's not how things work. It just wants everyone to be happy. So, spread the love. Every pilot must have multi-shot, and we must every mech must fire at as many targets as it can fire at on each turn. So, we have lots of dudes with multi-target. We get to go up to 2.5 this time. We have to use the pendants mech, and that's 2.5 right there. We can adjust these weights a little bit, though. Are we allowed to take the 55 up to 65? We are. We're probably at the ceiling here. The Thunderbolt is a really good spread the love mech, because it's routinely able to hit 3 targets. Whether that's really good or not, I guess. It depends on your definitions. Who might we want to run here? Honestly, the Wolverine is not a bad fit. Can I go up 5 more tons? I can. Okay, I like the Wolverine for this. And then, out of curiosity, could I go up 5 more tons? Ooh. That opens up a whole extra world of possibilities. I'm wondering about this Cataphract. We could also bring the Stealth Cataphract, but I don't think it doesn't focus quite as well. Let's go for this guy. We haven't used this guy in a while. But large laser, 2 large lasers with plus damage, I assume. Yeah. And then the Gauss rifle. Like, this is a lot of damage that we can deliver. And if we can be close enough to one enemy to hit them with the medium laser, then we can give the Gauss rifle and one of the larges to one other enemy. We can get a little bit of focus there. And I think Uncrackable may well be the correct pilot on that one. And then the Wolverine is our tank. So we need... Actually, that might be Uncrackable's back right there. Or we could have Cruise on the Wolverine. How's the Cataphract do on heat? Yeah, you know what? We'll swap these two. Well, no, I want Breaching Shot on the Cataphract. Cruise is fine. Cruise can handle this. And then, if we're going to run a 45, I think I would rather have it be the Blackjack. With the UAC-5 on it. Just keep it nice and far away. And then the Pendants mech, of course, is non-negotiable on account of my horrible, horrible sins. And honestly, Sculpin's a fine pilot for that. No, she's not. Sculpin's not allowed to come on this mission, and neither is Steamfitter. The rules. Let's go Chicken Hound, and who wants to be our other multi-target pilot? The Pendants mech does not really need Breaching Shot. Let's go Trampoline. Fire off those Infernos earlier in the turn. How many weapons are on this thing, actually? The 3 Infernos plus a medium laser plus a PPC, so sometimes... I wonder if Cruise should pilot that instead. Yeah, let's do that. But what I'm thinking there is just that the coolant vent is going to make it so that the Pendants mech can actually fire more often. Yeah, this is fine. I think we should be able to do it this way. So it's an urban mission where we are defending a base. We're not taking home a ton of cash. Those bonus objectives, the percentage scaling of our mission payout, are not super, super valuable, but they're still... I mean, obviously, we still care about them a little bit. We're probably only talking about, like, a point or 2 of difference, though, right? Is there going to be, like, 10%? What did we actually take as base payment? Okay, 367. So we're talking about, like, 3 points for a 10% bump in pay. Which means a 25% bonus objective is actually... okay, that's not nothing. Okay, we care about that stuff. We have no intel that suggests a specific threat to our base. We just, we piss off a lot of people. The thing about the Capellan Confederation is that they have enemies. Like, they think it's their job to have enemies. That's alright. We are ready for this. I do think that of all of the Blood Wheel restrictions, Spread the Love is probably the one that one of the ones that adds the most difficulty. It's really hard to not be able to aim your shots. Precision Strike is super powerful. Alright, this isn't much of a facility. I'm not sure what our employers were expecting. Nope, never mind. Obviously, it's the thing that it is. This is going to get exciting. Sort of. In a way. For a certain definition of exciting. Okay, so, wait. What is this marker? Oh, that's the Merrick Vanguard is over there. But we should probably try to stay near the buildings, because if previous missions are any indication, we're going to see the buildings get attacked from multiple sides.
Picked up a blip.
I feel comfortable going up to here, but probably no further forward.
Got it. Heading out.
You know, I do really like the music in this game. I don't think I talk about it very much, but... Alright, and we are full on just focused on destruction here. We do not care about preserving mechs in any way. Let's just kill the holy hell out of some enemies. So it looks like we can get exactly one enemy targeted. That's a rare luxury in Spread the Love mode. We get an obstructed shot if we do it from up there, so let's jump down. So this is going to be one of those opportunities to use a precision strike, and we are going to do it. Yeah, I probably should have gone for his leg. Yeah, because we totally would have broken his leg off. And then he'd be really easy for everybody else to shoot.
Good to go.
The Penance mech is... not able to get an unobstructed shot. Well, okay, if I jump, I can... We definitely want to be shooting into that side arc. We certainly do not want to fire the Infernos. Ah, that's a shame. Wow, very destructive over there. You're not going to be able to... Oh, no, never mind. You are absolutely going to be able to get something. It's nice to be able to pick something off right away at the beginning of the mission. Also, I'm fairly confident I shot through the side of that building a little bit. Alright, that's probably just like a cicada. Cataphract. Oh, the Cataphract's allowed to shoot at 2 enemies, and so it must.
Copy that, Commander.
That said, I think this breaks down pretty well. That assassin is going to be a little bit of a pain. Shadowhawk's not super dangerous, and I'm assuming... Yeah. Okay, no, the AC-5 is on this side. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to put everything into him except for the medium laser. So anything we fire at this guy is probably going to miss anyway.
I got you.
Actually, we have a 65% there. It's not too bad. Alright, that's a strong start. Wow, I think we're rolling pretty well so far this turn.
Work to do.
Oh no, a third mech has arrived. That's going to make things more complicated. So we have to go up to the position from which we can shoot at the largest possible number of enemies. Here we do have all 3.
I leap, I soar.
Well, you know, a situation like this, where the restrictions are particularly painful, is a good way for us to demonstrate to the Blood Wheel that we would only disobey in a dire situation, a truly dire situation. Do we want to maybe put the SRM into the assassin? I'm definitely more worried about the fire starter, but it's also harder to hit. Yeah, let's do it like this.
Affirmative.
Oh, we hit the gun, not the ammo. What are they storing? There's just all these storage crates on the ground full of yellow smoke for some reason. Oh no, we've hit the Corn Pops distribution facility. Can you imagine? The Newsnets are going to have a field day with this. We've been involved in a lot of atrocities in our time. But this one might be the worst. Can you get close enough? You can get close enough to fire your small laser. Okay. That, I think, is a really good idea. We are going to maybe be in a little bit of danger here heat-wise. So I would like to turn off the PPC. Get you... Well, the Shadowhawk has a fair amount of heat damage on it already. I think I want to give the Assassin the Infernos, though. Like this I think is how we want to do this. That doesn't generate too much heat. Alright, yeah. Heat damage on small mechs is very serious, because they have very little overall structure. Okay, well, just shoot the AC-5 out the back of the mech is certainly one way to handle it. I actually feel really good about that. We got quite lucky. Oh, he didn't actually get his heat down.
Standing by.
He fired when he could have not fired. Oh, gotta... Unfortunately, we have to jump to here because this is the only position from which we can hit 3 targets. I do not like this at all. So who are we shooting with what? Well, I guess we don't have a huge amount of options here. I guess focus on the assassin with the UAC, because I'd love to have that thing dead.
Roger.
Well, that's a shame. Missing one of those UAC projectiles really hurts there.
Yup.
Don't you guys feel it? Don't you guys feel all of the love? Actually, how am I... Okay, right here I can hit everybody. And I think we really are going to focus in on the assassin. So, okay, you get the medium laser, you get... you get the medium laser. Yeah, like this.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Wow, accidental large laser shot to the head. That's really good shooting, everybody. I'm very pleased. They're really working hard on this.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Okay, that's at least it's not exactly on the other side of the base. That would be a real bummer. So a spider, I think I saw a Kintaro in there before the game remembered that we're not supposed to see that. Ooh, that might be enough heat to be a problem. Okay, no, it's not too bad. It's hard to tell how many flamethrowers they're shooting.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, I think we're pretty close to some kills here.
Moving out.
Hopefully soon we will not have to fire everything. Or we will not have to divide targets. So that guy's getting the SRMs.
No sweat.
They are spreading their damage out quite evenly on the fire starter, unfortunately. Okay, I like that shot a lot. No, just shoot him in the face. We are going to end up actually reducing all of his armor and structure. Where's that guy coming from? Hold on, is that a third group of mechs? I guess he's part of the second group of mechs, but they dropped on completely opposite sides of the world for some reason. Well...
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
What am I actually going to be able to do here without overheating? Can I... And I certainly want to give the assassin the Infernos again. It looks like I'll be fine. Yeah, we'll do it like this.
Got it.
Okay, parts of them are just melting clean off. It would be nice if the enemies could give up. It seems like literally every shot on that Shadowhawk goes to the left torso. Even these shots that have been doing damage to the center are hitting the left torso and then doing damage to the center because the left torso is missing.
Receiving you.
I've never seen anything like it. It's actually a really nice change of pace. I am not going to get off this building, I don't think. No, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to jump in close enough to be able to give the small lasers to this guy so that I can focus my damage a little bit better. So you, then you, then you. And we're going to give the Shadowhawk just one weapon.
Confirming. Multiple targets.
There we go. Finally. With this restriction, reducing your number of targets below 3 is such a big deal. Also, I really like getting a flamethrower off of the fire starter there. That's very good for us. I think we're going to have a hard time keeping them from destroying any buildings. I don't think there's any realistic risk of them making us fail the mission,
They fell a rock on me.
but keeping them from destroying anything might be tricky because we're just not able to kill enemies fast enough. Yeah, okay, the second group of mechs was in fact 2 full lances.
Confirmed.
That feels a little, broken. That feels a little bit like a bug. Alright, let's take this shot from this side. I may be putting myself in a bad position as far as my back armor goes. I want to make sure I'm shooting into the open side of the Shadowhawk. We might have to just not fire everything. Yeah, we'll turn off one of the large lasers and we'll give you the medium.
10-4.
Okay. That makes things much easier. Just 8 targets left. And of course, the only reason there are 8 targets left is because there's one target who has not yet walked out of the scope. Penance mech. Not real tough from behind.
What can I do for you?
Okay. Is there a way... Yeah, we are going to have to take a multi-target shot here because... Well, I don't have to take a multi-target shot if I don't shoot at all. But 2 targets are available. So 55... 255s, wow, yeah, so... A lance that is tougher than the initial lance over here, and then on this side, also a lance that is considerably tougher than the initial lance. Cool. Definitely super fun. We fall back.
Pedal to the metal.
I don't want to fight all 3 of these guys at once. I think our strategy as a whole is falling back toward the base. Also, they have opened fire already. That's the thing to be concerned about. We're just not going to be able to ensure all buildings survive. That is it is usually not possible, and here it definitely is not possible. I think I'm going to once again not actually take any shots, although I'm a little nervous about... I guess we haven't shot at these guys yet, so they may not fire at us.
Here we go.
I'm going to face this way. I'm just trying to find a spot where I can not have my back armor so open. We're going to have to do some shooting from behind our enemies if we want to have any chance of being able to kill people here with the current restriction. And I didn't jump in a way that allowed me to target the largest number of enemies I was able to target there, so we really shouldn't fire. Yep, a Kintaro. I mean, that building's just done for. It's going to take him a little while to wear it down, but there's no way we save it.
Ready to rock.
This cataphract also needs to run away. Although, actually, I think this cataphract runs away like this.
Affirmative, Commander.
We do not have good heat control on these mechs. Yeah, the fire starter we can't do anything about. There was no way that we could have moved that would have protected our back from that fire starter.
Okay, that was bad.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright. So, the Wolverine must move so that it can target 3 enemies. This isn't terrible. Can I do this without jumping? Yeah. Just gotta manage my heat a little bit here. Okay. Well, that guy's getting one of the large lasers. And then, I don't know that it really matters how we split this up beyond that.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Alright. Only 2 flamethrowers remain. That's good news. That's not bad. Would have been nice to hit him just in the back center. Wow, not a single hit there, huh? 60% of 6 is 0. Some of the time. Yeah, in order to prevent... Like, even if you weren't playing with any kind of arbitrary rules restrictions, in order to prevent any buildings from getting destroyed here, you'd have to come in with 4 mechs that are capable of lancing down enemies very, very quickly, and then you would have to hit, you'd have to split them into 2 groups of 2, and they would each have to kill 2 enemies each turn of combat, probably. Oh, you guys are really, really fast, it turns out.
Minor damage.
Are there ammo bins in here? There are. We got a little bit lucky on that.
Waiting for orders.
Receiving you.
So...
Standing
Oh,
by.
the cataphract is a 2, right? Remember, they probably won't shoot at us unless we've shot at them. Oh, there's a hatchet man just stealthily all the way over there. So as long as we don't shoot at the Kintaro, he will probably focus on the buildings, and I think that's a thing we gotta take advantage of right here. What if I jumped like this? What I really want is an angle that's going to let me focus on just this fire starter and the 2 lights. Yeah, like that. Fire starter's getting the UAC.
Aye, aye.
Could you please just die? Fire starters are remarkably tough for their for what they are.
No
Well,
luck.
that locust is down to a single weapon, but unfortunately it was its only good weapon.
Commander?
The Wolverine is gonna get brutalized here. You are just gonna do the same thing that we just... except you can't. Well, you have coolant vent. Not only can you, but you must, I might even say. Alright, so we vent. Does the fire starter has no heat. In fact, that's going to be true of all of them. So... how are we going to do this? We're not going to shoot the Kintaro yet. Would I turn on the PPC? I could. So shoot the PPC at the fire starter. You know what I might even do? This. Probably don't need to spend the Infernos here. Do I save anything by turning them off? Yeah, okay, it's a tiny amount of heat. I just want to give both of the actual damage weapons to that fire starter.
Affirmative.
Oh my god, how can you still be alive? Very frustrating. Also, man, Infernos. Actually pretty great, it turns out. I was wrong to talk trash. I appreciate that Kintaro continuing to walk forward before firing.
What are your orders, Skipper?
That maybe gives me some hope of getting some decent damage to its backside. Do we have to go for it now? We might. The Locust is pretty easy to kill from this side. The Spider has taken no actual damage. Sorry, no, we did 4 structural damage to it in total. Thing is, I think I had to actually kill these little things here. Yeah, I think we're going to jump in like this. Maybe I just walk in. Yeah, I can just walk in. Let's not generate the extra heat. We're going to go 2 big weapons on the Spider. Spider's got to get dead. What are the odds that we can kill this thing with lucky damage? Pretty low. Like, I have to take some weapons off the Spider, because it's going to go before the Wolverine. And the Wolverine could actually, like... we could suffer real losses here. So I think I'm going to do it like this. Well, no, probably swap these 2. Yeah, go 2 big weapons in on the Spider.
Let's see what you got.
Alright, I was hoping to get a leg, honestly. Alright, that's pretty much what I figured would happen there. And, okay, I mean, that's not nothing. Opened up an ammo bin. Okay, good, they chose to move something over there first. I'm really, really happy that this is one enemy force. That they didn't treat this as though it was 2 different enemy forces. Which we know that they sometimes like to do, even when it is clearly one enemy force. Because we could have been in a lot of trouble. So, it looks like I'm probably not going to be able to fire at 3 enemies without jumping up on this building. And since that's an option, that's what we gotta do, but I hate it very much. I really don't think we want to wait, though. I can't afford to have the Wolverine just be on the ground with this thing behind it, with a machine gun, because we have an open ammo bin in the back arc. This is maybe going to be a little ugly. Oh, and we're going to overheat if we fire everything. It's pretty important we kill this Spider, though. Nope. Brace. I mean, I had to... Brace. You think I was joking? We had to move him, though. We had to get him out of there. That building is actually holding up to a significant amount of punishment, which is really nice, because we desperately need some time to be bought for us here. You cannot... No, 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 no. Hold on. There is no way you can move far enough to just walk backwards into my rear arc again. Also, I feel like if I were to take this shot, it would be in the right side of the mech, not the rear arc. I'm pretty sure that I'm getting a raw deal on this one. And in such a way that he was able to maintain his front facing for everybody else. Yeah, that doesn't... That ain't right. Okay, well, I think it behooves us to... Let's see, how do we want to do this? I probably want to turn the PPC off. I said turn the PPC off. So let's make these our targets. The small laser and the medium laser are... Oh, it turned the PPC back on. I was like, how are we still generating so much heat? But it's because the game loves to disregard my orders, is how. Let's shoot you with a... One of the Infernos has to go to C.
Right, Commander.
Alright, finally. Managed to miss with one of the Infernos, which is a real shame. We really needed all of that heat. Pretty bad shooting on the whole there for Cruz.
They've got a lock on me.
Okay, I don't like that.
Receiving you.
You able to get a third target in there? I mean, that's... At this angle, we're certainly not going to be able to get all three. I think we might be in a place where we're actually allowed to target only 2 enemies here. So I'm pretty sure there's no spot... Well, hold on. Yeah, okay, right here I have... Alright, let us continue to obey the rules. What do we got coming in? That's a Shadowhawk 2H. So not a thing we can deal any meaningful damage to. Well, we don't have a lot of options for how to spread the thing here.
Splitting targets.
And how are you still alive? That thing has withstood a remarkable amount of punishment for a spider.
Nothing.
I guess that's the other thing about Spread the Love is that it makes missions take forever. Okay, that's not a big deal. That's fine. That Hatchet Man is still not fighting us yet, which I think is also probably fine. Can I get into his... No, I cannot get into his rear arc. This shot is a side arc shot for me. It would definitely be a rear arc shot for him. Alright, well, we're going to overheat if we fire all the things. Let's go... Boss rifle on B. Large laser on A. The other large laser turned off. Does this work?
Copy that.
And he lives! Wow, I just leveled that. What the hell is the camera doing right now? I'm pretty sure we leveled a whole building there with that Gauss rifle shot. So 3 rounds left. I mean, like, we win. Right, there's no way we don't win this mission. So I need to jump over to here.
Time to fly.
He will still find a way to shoot my back arc, I'm sure. Okay, we can fire everything, so let's fire everything. I think we're going to go SRMs on the little guy, and the lasers on the other guys.
Affirmative.
What did I even hit there? I saw a bunch of numbers fly up, but he should definitely be dead if I was hitting his weapons at all. Alright, the shots on the Hatchet Man have been pretty lucky. We're getting lots of good torso hits to the important part of his torso. It is kind of remarkable that it took them that long to do that.
Commander?
Yeah, so you're just gonna... I mean, we run over close, and this is not ideal. Am I going to be able to fire 3 weapons without overheating? I guess probably I could fire the 3 Infernos.
Here
And
we
I...
go.
Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm not taking the heat for that one. That's a UI element appearing underneath my mouse after I clicked.
Running too hot. Gotta shut down.
Boy, yeah, that's extremely not what I would have done, too. Also, why did it turn the PPC back on? The PPC was turned off. Okay, I think we're... It sure feels like we're being punished.
Got it.
Right? Does anybody else feel that? Okay, how much health do you still have? You know what? You have enough health that if I give you anything other than the most damage I can afford to give you, I'm sure you will live. So let's do this.
Got it.
Okay, finally. That spider took more damage than it takes. I feel like that spider took more shots to take down than it takes us to bring down heavies, usually.
They've got a center lock on me.
I don't like that at all. Fortunately, most of them are still going to be building focused. I'm really annoyed about this thing.
Minimal
The
damage.
UI element appearing under the mouse after the click to absorb the click really sucks. There's probably a good argument for why you should not have UI elements appear. They should always be present if they're going to be present. Okay, I can only shoot at 2 targets.
10-4.
So we will only shoot at 2 targets. The Hatchet Man is definitely a little bit on the soft side. 614, yes. Let's focus more on him. We'll just give the Kintaro the medium laser.
I'm on him.
Okay, that's excellent. So he's lost his gun and his axe. He has 1 medium laser remaining. And honestly, that was pretty lucky too. Went to the only area that's already open.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, the Wolverine also will not be able to get shots on more than 2 people, so...
Got it.
Separating out to the side here has worked out really well for us, strategically speaking. So we don't really need to focus on the Hatchet Man anymore, but... killing the Hatchet Man has considerable value for allowing us to deal with the Kintaro efficiently. So... he's not easy to hit with the SRMs, though.
Right, Commander.
Although apparently neither is the Kintaro. Come on, ammo explosion. Ah.
Waiting
And we're
for
pretty
orders.
close to the mission timer running out. And remember, that's
Ready for orders.
all good for us. Alright, you might actually be able to get all 3 targets. Oh, maybe not, actually. Remove... Nope. Here, if you move to here, you lose sight of... Yeah, I think we might actually have license here to only attack 2 targets with the blackjack. Can I jump to, like, here, maybe? I'm trying, man. I'm not trying to cheat here. I'm legitimately looking for options. Oh, this looks like it might... Nope, we lose sight of him right before. There it is. Alright, so the Shadowhawk 2H is... Oh, that's right, we didn't do any damage to him. We missed him when we had tried to attack him earlier. So getting rid of the Hatchet Man would be real cool.
On it.
Okay, excellent. So now the 2 mechs that are on the ramp over here almost certainly won't be able to target anyone except the Kintaro, which means we can go, like, really all the way in on him. Boy, that thing can really unleash some damage, huh? Kintaro is a good stock design.
Commander?
So you should probably restart your mech. Take that, huge sloped building for some reason. so on this next turn, in order for them to win the mission, the enemies have gotten just close enough for everything to fall apart right at the last moment here. Well, you're not going to be able to shoot at anything anyway. So actually, maybe just brace? No, you should probably move, though. Should get out here and then brace. Heat management on that cataphract, actually a serious problem. In order for them to win the mission here, they have to destroy 2 buildings this turn. So they don't. We got it. But it sure did suck to do it. And Trampoline's not really going to be able to fire anything anyway. There's one space right there that's in the water. So I think I just jump down to here. I'll leave the Wolverine visible to some of our enemies.
They've got a lock on me.
It's tough enough that it can bear some fire. Can you make it? You can make it to the other water. Okay, and we have a back shot on this guy, so that's pretty good. And we have all this ammo, or all these infernos. I'm actually not going to be able to shoot at 3 targets here. Well, then I can't shoot at all. Them's the rules. Brace. No brace, but brace though. Okay, there we go. It's fine. I think we've got just enough enemies into firing at us that they won't be able to do real damage to the buildings.
Standing by.
Alright, the Blackjack, on the other hand, can totally do the thing. Can I get to a spot where I can shoot at the Kintaro while still being able to shoot at other people? Actually, no. So that's a shame. So where I'm at right now, I have shots. Okay, you should probably use Vigilance. Gonna need it. And then we just shoot at the guys we can see here. This Flea, which is weirdly way more dangerous than the Locust. And here it kind of doesn't matter. I definitely do want to give the UAC to the Flea, because that's the only weapon that has a chance of actually killing it. Oh, we got his leg. Again, though, at the end of the round, I think we're in the clear here. It's the Blackjack, right, is he has Ace Pilot. So I could have moved after doing that. I think he's fine where he is. But they really want that that Wolverine. They are not going to stop. Well, here comes the Kintaro. Oh, I thought the Kintaro was gonna, really commit to the bit there. Punching the Penance Mech accomplishes very little. Trust me, we've all wanted to do it. You can't quite make it into the water. If I jump, I can make it into the water, but I bet the heat from moving will be such that it won't matter.
Roger that, Commander.
I bet I just can't really... Oh no, okay, I could turn off one weapon. So let's get you and you. Turn off this medium laser, because future heat doesn't matter. We go like Gauss Rifle to the Flea. Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm getting a 65% chance to hit a mech that's laying down and stationary. Alright, well, we sure showed him. Okay, finally. Finally time for this to be over.
Critical hit.
We got reinforcements, right? Okay, cool. Excellent work. A bit more action than advertised, and I definitely did not play it optimally, but we got out of there. Yeah, Spread the Love is tough, man. That's a tough one. That's one where the difficulty modifier might still make sense. Not because of the difficulty of completing the missions, but just because it does cause the decisions to be made in a different way, but it also instills just a little bit of extra tedium. Maybe abbreviate some of that. We didn't take any real damage, though, and we're leaving the planet, so we have time to repair this structural nonsense. Hooray, 2 jump jets. That's probably like 8,000 C-bills right there. That's nearly a point. Almost 1 whole point worth of salvage. So, we are finally just about at the point where we should build that last Argo upgrade. Let's go have a look at the star map here. We may as well figure out what our travel plan is. I'm pretty sure that there's a pretty limited number of systems that are going to make sense. What I'd really like is to try to find a place that's only like 12 or 13 days away so that we could do that world and then still do another world after to really squeeze out those last points. So what is available to us? We have a travel contract to Sunnywood, which is 14 days. It's a 2-skull world. What else is around us? Obviously, it would be best for it to be a new place. Okay, Mithrin's 2.5 and 13 days. I think we want to do the 13-day. My suspicion is that if we travel to here, we'll have time to go to one more place. We'll have 16 days to find another location. I'm worried that if we go 16 days, we'll find out that nothing is within 13 days of here. And I know there's another star that looks real close, but again, remember, the distances don't necessarily translate to time in any kind of linear way because there are modifiers attached to each planet and stuff. I think I like Mithun. So let's go ahead and get over there. Let's put the necessary mech repairs in the schedule and take the flight already. Got some pretty straightforward stuff, and then the Phoenix Hawk's going to be a little bit more... I mean, we're going to put the same weapons back on it, assuming we have them. I think we do. So what are we looking at? It's 3 days of work right now, plus this is probably going to be, I don't know, 5-ish? So we might have time to outfit that Griffin, too. I would like to have a new version of the Griffin that we had. So we lost an AC-2 with plus damage on it, which we don't have a replacement for. That is a real shame. And then, of course, we have plenty of plus damage medium lasers. Many, many. Okay, it turns out when the mech is this small, it doesn't take that long to climb up there and put on the new parts. And I think that design is fine. We've used it a lot more than is probably warranted by how good it actually is. It is fun to just fly around the battlefield like that, though. And then on the Griffin front, this thing was just 2 SRM-6s and 4 medium lasers. It's pretty straightforward. We can build this out real quick. Or at least we could in a game where the menus allowed you to ever do things real quick. I do think it's strange. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Your mech company is not simple, just in terms of like the amount of information. Nope. Plus damage. Why did I lose? Okay, there we go. I don't know why things are always moving around on these menus. Okay, we definitely had jump jets in here, so we have quite a bit of tonnage remaining. Jump jets. Let's put the jump jets kind of spread out so they don't all get blown off at once. I mean, I probably want to go to 5, right? Because the half tonnage. And then just 6 heat sinks, I think. It does really need heat sinks. And I would love to put a hit defense gyro in here, but we don't have one. This should probably be like that. I mean, what does an Alpha Strike look like on this thing? 72 heat. Do we have an exchanger? We might have a spare exchanger. We have several, actually. So it weighs as much as 2 heat sinks, and minus 10% weapon heat. It would take off as much heat as about 2.5 heat sinks, but the exchanger doesn't give you any benefit to your heat reduction on turns where you don't fire, where the heat sinks still do. I think I'm fine with leaving it as just heat sinks. 72 is like real close to the line, I think. Hold on. Oh! Ammo bins! You should probably put ammo in your mech. That's a good idea. So... How much is in a bin? 1 bin would be under 10 volleys, so I think we'll put in 2. I mean, it's just a little under 10 volleys, and you know what? This is fine. We don't really... I guess I could shift the armor around a little bit. Whatever, we're already committed. We probably won't even use it, but it'd be good to have. So that'll be 11 days. Yeah, we finished that just before we arrive. That seems like the right move. I really do feel... I feel so much better having found another Griffin. And in fact, we might even not run it because I'm afraid to lose it again. Because that's exactly the sort of thing that I would do. is run it out there and get it irresponsibly killed again. And then the moment we land, we can start that last Argo upgrade, right? Darius stops by your quarters to recite an invitation. On behalf of our barracks denizens, I am formally charged with requesting your attendance at an assembly of the mech warriors in the lounge this evening. Libations will be consumed alongside a screening of the recent Solaris Championship. In a less official tone, Darius adds, Chickenhound managed to pick up an official holovid somehow. I expect that our mech warriors are going to watch the fight and get very, very drunk. Chickenhound is a gladiator, so okay, yeah. Shoutcast the championships. The mech warriors welcome you to the lounge. The holovid set is already playing a highlight reel from last week's championship. Chickenhound hosts the event with commentary and personal anecdotes about fighting on Solaris 7. When the action gets intense, the mech warriors cheer and shout, and you find yourself cheering and shouting right alongside them. Ultimately, Grey Norton wins another championship, but you're having too good a time with your mech warriors to care. Okay, even more morale. You can never have enough. I am right, it's 15 days, right? This would be a really embarrassing way to lose a bunch of points. Yes, 15 days. So when we arrive, there will be 16 days left. That'll be perfect. Just in case we have a dumb minus morale event during our final travel from this planet to whatever our final world's going to be, we'll have that thing complete and raise our morale on the last day of the campaign to correct it. And on the whole, overall, I'm feeling pretty good about our score. Things were a little weird for a while there, and we had a little bit of a scare, but we've come out the other side in really good shape, I think. And if we can get to one more new world after this, if we can travel to just one more place we haven't been, then honestly, I'm pretty happy about what we've managed to wring out of our opportunities here. So let's get that upgrade on the schedule so that I don't have to worry about forgetting to do it later. It's not very expensive.
It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's so much better. Let's have a look at our contracts on this world. Oh, we didn't do the thing with the shop. Right, that thing I was going to buy those mech parts and resell the finished mechs. My guess is we're talking about a handful of points in total there. Well, it would have been fairly significant. It's not great. It's not great that I forgot to do that. 'Cause, yeah, we're talking some of those mech sales are 50 points. Granted, we'll be able to do other stuff with the money. Oh my god, why does this take so long? Okay, wow, there's a lot of opportunity to make cash on this world. I don't know that we want to do 2 episodes on this planet, which is what this would definitely be. Probably we'll do the big 3 of these, or maybe even 2 of them, depending on how it goes. We'll do 1 episode here on, what the hell is this world called? Midthun. And then we'll figure things out from here. Are we looking at... I'm assuming we're going to find one more place we can travel. 12 days to Myrdal, 13 days to Hurik, 13 days to Muridox, and that travels us through 2 planets, through 2 new systems. 17 days is just a little bit too far. Okay, yeah, we're starting to get out. So it looks like Muridox is probably the winner. That'll get us another 1,000 travel points, and yeah, okay. Overall, not too bad. Let's also check the store before we stop, see if we have the opportunity to do... Nope, there are no mech parts being sold here at all. Which is kind of weird, actually. That's not a big deal. So 593,000 points. We've done it. We absolutely have beaten not just 600k, but we've beaten our last score, the score in our previous campaign mode, for sure. We are all maxed out on faction completion. We will have Argo completion and the rest of the points for Argo upgrades. Star systems visited is going to be 65,000 by the end. So yeah, all we're doing is continuing to accumulate Mech Warrior experience, contract, and Seabill points at this point. And overall, I'm very pleased with the way things have gone. Of course, we're not quite on the other end of this thing yet. That is going to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time, tomorrow, we'll do all the exciting things there are to do here on Midthun. And we'll see you then.